In this video, we will be talking about how you can trade on MEXC. MEXC has the lowest trading fees and the highest profit. If you want to have access of about $1,000 bonus, you can use the link in the description below of this video. Now, if we hover to the menu of MEXC, you can find that we have market, buy crypto, sports, futures, and others. Now, what we want to do is to deposit funds or to deposit money in our MEXC account. The very first thing you need to do is hover to wallet at the top right hand here. Let's click on deposit. Now this will take us to where we have to deposit, where we have to select our crypto, what we want to deposit. In this case, we want to deposit USDT, and we are going to select the network TRX Tron TRC20. Now once you click this, once you select your network, an address will pop up where you are going to copy that address, and then you paste it to the other exchange where you want to withdraw the funds. Let's say this is our other exchange still, and instead of going to deposit, we go to withdraw. This will take us to where we are going to paste our address. You're going to enter your address where you want to withdraw the funds. So you will still select USDT Tether in this case, and you will paste your address here, and you will also select the network, in this case again TRX Tron TRC20. And once you select your network and you enter your address and you have also select your crypto, this withdraw button will be activated, and you will just take withdraw and you will confirm the amount. A message will be sent to your phone or your email with a code to complete the withdrawal. So let's assume you already have done this process, you have funds in your MEXC account. Now, how do we trade? In order to trade, we go to spot. So go to spot, and if you go to spot, one thing you can easily notice here on the left, you see that there are a bunch of red here, and down here you also have a bunch of green. These reds are sellers, or they are orders that have been placed by those who are selling, and this green here down here are orders that have been placed by others. And we can see this price, that is bold here, it's the current price of the asset. Now at the left, at the right of our MEXC's website, we can see that we do have favorites. If you go to favorites, this will be your list of assets that you've chosen. If you go to USDT, if you see USDT, you will see USDC. It shouldn't confuse you. These are all these, both of them provides liquidity in the cryptocurrency market, but the difference is that USDT has a widespread acceptance and it has been in the market for long. That's why you will find most pairs in USDT, traded in USDT. So you have USDC and there is Ethereum BTC. TUSD. Now, if you come here, you can see all the main assets that is being traded on this exchange. And if you go to main, it will give you the main assets that are being traded. And if you also go to innovation, it will give you all the assets under innovation. If you go to assessment, you see all the assets under assessment. So let's look at the interface, the chart. So one thing you can also notice is that you can either have this chart as original or you can put it on trading view. But before we look at it, let's also be notified that you can either have your trades on a daily time frame, on a 4 hours chart or a 1 hour chart. I prefer the daily chart, daily time frame for my chartings. So I would just like to stick with that. So here under FX, you will find your indicators. You'll find the various indicators that you can use. And so if we choose to go with trading view, before then, also notice that here, if you click here, you can drag, you can compress and expand this chart under here. And if we choose to go with trading view, we can just click on this button here, and this will expand the chart. All right, so let's see how we can chart our assets. Like I prefer charting. I like pattern trading. I prefer to trade with the patterns. So this is our daily time frame. Let me draw a trend line here. Let's say we can easily notice that this has been a trend, and if we draw another line here, when drawing a trend line, for example, make sure you have at least 5 touches. So you can see that we're able to connect these wicks. It's either you connect the wicks or you can connect the candle bodies themselves. Now you can easily realize or see that this is almost something like a symmetrical triangle. So here, this is our profit target. If this is our symmetrical triangle, then our measured or projected profit will be about here. So I already know that this pattern has been broken, and I know where I'm going to. So I know that I'm targeting this 1.4389. So the safest place to buy is the retest. So we've seen that this pattern has been broken and retests the level at which it got broken. So here I can place my trade at this price here. So before I place my trade, we are going to talk about the different types, the different ways you can place your trade. So you can either place your trade. I can place my trade on this retest, which is the safest place to buy, because sometimes on a breakout, the price could break out and get back into the pattern. So once this price has been broken and retest the level where it got broken, that's the safest place where you can place your trade. So let me just minimize this interface. We'll come back to this price, but let's leave this chart as this for the meantime. And then let's look at limits order, market order, stop limit. that we can see here. So let's talk about these different orders. A limit order, gives you you are specifying the price at which you want to enter the trade. For example, we do have 0.8060 here. Now let's say we want to buy this asset and we want to place a limit order that only get into this trade once the price is 0.80, let's say 20, right? So we are entering the trade once the price is 0.8020. So we are placing a limit order on this particular price. It means that you are specifying the price. Now, we could also place our trade on a market order. This market order, it gives you, you are telling you are saying that you can buy immediately at this price or at a better price. So the trade will be executed immediately. So the disadvantage with the market order is that you don't have a control over the price. Now you could also use a stop limit. In the stop limit order, it combines elements of the limit order and the market order. Now you are saying that once the price reaches a certain price, the trade should be executed. And first of all, it has two elements. The first price, you're telling the market that once this price is reached, this trade should be executed, and then you place another market order for the trade to be placed at that market order. So first, you are giving a price at which this market must reach. If it doesn't reach this price, that trade will not be executed. So let's say you're having a loss, and once the loss has arrived at a certain price, that trade will be executed at that price, and it will place a trade, it will place another order at a specified price that you must have provided. So it combines elements of the limit order and the market order. So the takeaway information is that the limit order, you can control the price. In the market order, you cannot control the price. And the stop limit only provides execution. It gives you that, it only tells you about the risk management of your order that you will be placing. So let's first of all transfer money. You can either swap funds from your spot account to your futures account, or from your futures account to your spot account. At the moment, we want to swap funds from our spot account to our futures account. So what do we do? Let's assume that we only have $7 in our account. So after we have done our analysis here, after we've already done our analysis and we want to place our trade, we can now come here. Let's see, like we said before, we wanted to buy at a particular price, which is a limit order. We want to, let's say we want to buy here at, let's go back to our chart. Let's go back to our chart. I don't know if you can see it clearly. So we are looking at where the price break out from this chart. So we see that it's about this level here. So we want to place our order at 0.7413 where the price break out. So we want to place our order at 0.7437, let's say so. So we will come here. I'm going to put 0.7437, and the amount we want to use, let's say we want to use all the amount we have, $7.4. And where are we going to put our stop loss? Now, I do have a video. You can find the link in the description of this video talking about patterns. Go and watch that video. So where we can, if we enter the trade here, let's assume that, okay, we are entering the trade at this candle. Our stop loss will be previous 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, and 5 cents. So let's assume that we want to take this trade at this current price, because if we assume that our price limit is 7.429, then once the price has been executed, we can now place our stop loss. But if we assume that at this current market price, we want to enter this trade at 8.066, which is a market order. So we are now changing this price to be 0.8065. This is a market price. This is a market price that we are placing right now. So we can count previous 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, and 5 cents. So our stop loss will be about 0.7658. So we are going to come here where you have TP. I'm going to check this box, and you also check the stop loss box. It will provide you with the section where you can have TP trigger price will be 0.7658. So that will be our stop loss price. This will be our stop loss. We have to put this at our stop loss. Here is the stop loss, and our take profits will be this distance, which we've already seen here, about 1.4309. So we'll come here and we'll put 1.4309. So that will be our take profits price. So if we place this trade like this, you can take buy FTM. Once you place buy FTM, your trade will appear under this section, under open orders. If this trade is taken immediately, it will show you under open positions. I already have some open positions, and once this trade is taken, it will add to these open positions. But if this trade is not taken yet, meaning that you have placed a limit order, for example, it will show under open orders, means it hasn't been filled yet. So this is what you can do for spot trading, and I use patterns most often to place my trade. So we already know how we can chart our patterns, we can do our chartings. So let's talk about futures. Now remember, we had FTM, we're talking about FTM here. Now the very first one was the normal FTM, which is for spot trading. And now we want to talk about FTM USDT perpetual, which is futures trading. So let's click on that. Now this will take us to where we can place our trades in futures. Now the very first thing we want to do is that let's transfer funds from our futures, from our spot to our futures. We already have $7.4 in our spot account. Now we want to transfer that amount to our futures account. So we just over here where you have these arrows, then you have this asset transfer pop up. So we will just take the full amount. So we are transferring from spot to futures, yes. So we take transfer, and now you see that our futures balance is now 4.4398, what we had in the spot account. Now understand, this transfer is free. So here in the futures account, you will always have your trade should always be isolated. Here we already have our trade in isolated mode. Once again, you can either have your trades in place, your prices can be in the limit. You can have a limit price, market price, or a trigger price, which we already explained before. Now you can also adjust your leverage. Now if you are not a professional trader, this section is not for you. Leverage is very risky. You can make more money with leverage, as well as you can lose your money very fast with leverage. So I will not recommend leverage to anyone who is not a professional trader. And if you must try it, you shouldn't go above 3x. You can try 1x, 2x, but it shouldn't go above 3x. So that you can always have up to the amount you want by simply clicking this bar here and dragging it to the amount that you like. But then we've already said you shouldn't go beyond 3x, which I recommend as a beginner trader. Leverage was meant for the exchangers to take your money, so it is not for you. So let's confirm that we want to stay on 3x. You should get notice of that. If you come up here at your left, you will see that there are other assets here. Under favorites, these are your favorite assets which you have chosen. Now you can also have USDT M and Coin M. Coin M mostly talks about BTC and ETH. So all the other classes, the other assets, you find them under USDT M. So now you can see all the assets here by clicking on all. If you want to know the new assets, you go to new. This will show you all the new assets. If you want to know the assets that are under the Solana ecosystem, you can, I'm trying to maximize my screen so that you should have a clearer view. So if you go to new, you see all the new assets. If you click here on Solana, you will see all the assets under the Solana ecosystem and AI, meme coins, Web 3.0, BRC20, Arbitrum. And if you click this little arrow here, you see all the other classes, NFT, privacy, and so on and so forth. So let's stick to this asset we already have here on FTN. And let's say we were to place a trade directly or immediately with the market price. We will just choose this market price here instead of this limit price. We'll choose a market price. Then we will drag this screw here. If you drag this screw to about 50%, it means that you only want to use 50% of the amount you have in your wallet, in your futures account. But if you drag it up to about 100, it will also tell you that you want to use all the funds that are available. So let's drag it to 100. Then we are going to enter the trades with the current price. So if you want to be very sure that your order will be fulfilled, just click the next available price here. The first price here is 80.89. Now this price is changing, so you just click the first price. Once you click the first price, then you can just go long. Now in this case, we will just take long. Now it will tell us that FTM USDT has been filled, so our order has been filled. All right, so this is it. This is our FTM perpetual. It will tell you 3x is on 3x, and our entry price was 0.8091. So you have estimated liquidation price. This is the price at which, if the price falls right down to this level at 0.5429, you get liquidated. So you should always pay attention to your liquidation price. But then you will see your realized profits, your unrealized P&L showing you here. If you're making profits or you're making losses, you will see it here. So this is how you place a trade using futures. But then if you are not a professional, kindly do not use futures trading. Once again, guys, we have a VIP group. It's $497 for 6 months subscription, and we post profitable trade setups, and in just about 2 or 3 trades you can regain your subscription. So all you have to do is to send me an email at robinsoncryptotrading@gmail.com, robinsoncryptotrading@gmail.com, and I'll add you directly to the group. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also like the like button and hit the notification bell so that when we upload more videos like this, you'll be the first to be notified.